We're going live on.
Oh, we're going live freaking everywhere. We're going we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, and we're about to go live on Instagram.
Is it on your account or Truck Parking Club?
Let's see. Stream URL. No, it's on Truck Parking Club, man. What's up, everybody? We're live right now. People are coming in.
What's going on?
There he is. Okay, Zero. I got to figure out this Instagram. For some reason, Instagram won't see copy and paste stream key in the streaming software. Active how to stream. Copy the stream key. Select go live. Once your streaming software connects and displays, which it's on there. Let me see. Let's get Instagram. You are live. Here we go. Am I on the wrong thing? Switch. Nope. I'm on Truck Parking Club. All right. So what are you up to? Where are you at?
I'm at home.
And where exactly is home? You said you're in Central Time.
Alabama. Bella. You get the dog inside. Let me go inside. Security door. I got a thumbprint. Bella. Get your butt in.
What's up? What's up? We got somebody coming in on YouTube right now. So where are you at? You're in Alabama?
Yep. Let me turn the TV down. There we go.
Let's see.
What's up, everybody?
What's happening, everybody? So you're in where at in Alabama are you?
Redneckville.
Redneck.
Undisclosed location. It's a secret.
Okay, it's a secret where you're at. You said your truck's getting fixed right now?
Yeah, I got in the shop. It's got a clutch bid put in it.
What kind of truck you got?
W9.
You still got that same truck going around? Are you bringing that truck to Matt's?
No, I'll be driving up from Matt's. Me and my woman there. We'll be in put my glasses on if I see something. Booth 38606. Old Bull Snot booth.
You're gonna be at the Bull Snot booth?
Yeah, I'll be working it with the fan.
It's funny you talk about Bull Snot, because I was just talking to one of our other guys over. He's got a great YouTube channel called Trucking Resources. His name's Rob Finch, and he's a huge fan of Bull Snot. He's like,
yep.
He's all about like he's telling me about certain brands that he likes in the industry, and he's like, there's all this stuff out there, blah blah blah. And he's like, he's the biggest Bull Snot respecter. What, in your opinion, what makes Bull Snot so awesome? Like, why are you at their booth? Why should drivers be all in on Bull Snot?
Well, not only a great product, but because the owner Bull Snot van, he family. Because you ain't gonna find another better than van there. We work well together.
So you're related to him?
No, he's my brother from another mother.
Now, where's Bull Snot based out of?
Dalton, Georgia.
Oh, so they're based out of Georgia, and now, so what do they make? What's like? Tell
we got 15 different products. We got Visible, Rocket Spray, Dash, anything you want for a truck. I also got Curable, which is also a hand bomb. Most hand bombs take 15, 20 minutes to dry, 2 minutes to be dry.
Okay. And how long you been hanging out with Bull Snot? When did they start?
Oh, me and Van, Bull Snot started a little bit over 10 years ago, but me and Van, we've been friends for a long time. We was on an interview I don't know, a little while back. And we was asked that same question, how we met. Neither one of us could remember. I'm just like that bad uncle you want to see locked in a closet somewhere.
It's actually pretty crazy because when it comes to like how I've met people in the industry, I can't remember how. I mean, there's dudes I've met now in this industry. I just know them from Twitter and freaking X. Well, some on LinkedIn, but mainly like Twitter is where I found people. Oh, we got some people jumping in on Twitter now. They're jumping in on live, which, by the way, if anybody is watching, you got a couple people on Facebook too hitting us up. If you're out there, welcome to the clubhouse. you're gonna start seeing this. You're gonna start seeing this a little bit more regularly. We're gonna come on here and talk trucking, talk old school trucking, however, whatever we're gonna talk about. So drop some stuff that's on your mind in the chat. Opinions, some stuff going on. I just got Landline magazine in the mail. There's some stuff I want to ask you about, Steve, and some other stuff. But how long you been driving?
30 years.
You've been driving 30 years, 3 decades.
Yep.
What got you into driving?
Well, actually, my daddy. When I was about 21, didn't have wasn't married, didn't have family and all that stuff back then. And he said, he always drove trucks all his life. He said, I'd be a good career for you, because I was looking at the paper one day, nothing classified as wanting drivers. So I went and got my CDL and took off.
Like, so you got your first job off of classified ads in the newspaper?
Yeah, pretty much.
Who'd you start?
We didn't
off
have
with?
cell phones back then.
Oh yeah,
That was back in the 90s.
Listen, it's crazy to think about the 90s as you're talking about it like it's ancient history.
We old.
Where'd you get your CDL from?
Alabama.
So just like a truck driving school out there. You didn't go through like a company or nothing.
No, well, I went to Snyder. That lasted about 6 months. Then I went trucking, flatbed. Been doing it ever since. In the last over 20 years, I ain't had 2 jobs.
Really?
I've been where I'm at now the last 14 years. I ain't never was much for swapping around.
I mean, yeah, that's rare nowadays. Like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I was doing some jobs, when I was working as a driver recruiter for a little bit. I mean, you got drivers with 5 jobs in 2 years.
Yeah, I can't do all that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit too much work. It's hard I feel like it's harder to find the perfect fit. So you've been at the same spot for 14 years?
And before that, I was with Maverick 10 years. So
Maverick, doing flatbed with Maverick.
Mm-hmm.
So when'd you get your truck?
I first started owner op in 06. So whatever the math is on that.
Dang, that's 19 years.
Yeah.
So
in 19 years, I ain't had a vacation.
No? Well, I don't know. I consider going to Matt's kind of a vacation, right?
Well, I guess me, I got to work, so.
Yeah, that's true. It is.
I'll be there selling out some of that bullshit and some of the redneck sugar seasoning.
Okay, now let's talk about that. What got you into the barbecue sauce and seasoning?
Well, another bullshit. Old man, he taught me into it. So I started kind of working on some things, and next thing you know, here I got my own line of barbecue sauce, sweet smoky. I got some of that I tell you what seasoning. We're gonna have it at Matt's now. Anybody that buys a case of bullshit at Matt's will get a choice between barbecue sauce or seasoning for free.
So if they buy a case, how much comes in a case of Bullsnot?
12. So you get 13 things for whatever price he names it. Probably $100. There
we go. Now, can people buy your seasoning and your barbecue sauce right now?
Right. You send me a message on my messenger on Redneck Trucker on Facebook. I'll get back with you. And what I'll do is if you want to buy some, it's $10 plus shipping. And what I'll do is send you a link after I figure out where you had to send me an address, so I'll figure out how much shipping is. And then I'll send you a link and just go through it, pay through it that way.
Let's go. Well, dude, let's see here. When are you getting into Matt's?
I will be up our Wednesday. We'll leave sometime Wednesday going up our, because we got to set up by Thursday morning. So we'll all be up our Wednesday.
So you're getting up there on Wednesday. What are you looking forward to most at Matt's besides Bullsnot, besides selling the sauce? What do you got going on? What are you looking forward to most?
Meeting the folks. I got a lot of these shows and stuff like that, and as Redneck Trucker kind of grew, I got a lot of people that come in, photos, wants to meet up, this and that. I'm a people person. I like meeting people.
Oh, there we go. Which, by the way, you should be able to stream this live stream onto your Facebook. I'm not
Figure
sure
out
if you
how.
have that. Not sure if you have that
Hey, I know
connected.
how. Hold on a minute.
Either
Let me see,
way,
man. Get my woman's phone. She can manage my page too from hers, so I can share it from there. We find her. We find it. Hey, woman, Ethel.
oh, he's calling for Ethel.
Hey,
What's up?
Ethel.
We got
We see your
what's
phone.
up?
Where's your phone?
Got some people on
Where's your
Twitter
phone?
watching. Where are you guys tuning in from? Where are you guys at?
Where?
What do you guys want to hear about truck parking, talking trucking? I see you on Facebook. See you on Twitter. What's a good
Let me
word?
get this shared over here.
So how many shows is this for you? How many times you been up to Matt's?
Me
Yeah.
or somebody else?
No, I'm talking to you. How many Matt's is
Oh,
this
okay.
for
I
you?
didn't know if other people on here. I can't see who's on and what. And I'm fixing to get my other phone thing up, get all that situated. I've been up there, I don't know, 3-4 times.
You've only been to 3 or 4 Matt's?
Yep. Let's see here. I had a booth at my first year, or Trucks for Christ. You know, that's my group too.
Mhm.
And when we had a booth up there a few years ago, I went every year since then, except for last year. I couldn't afford it. Things come up.
Yeah,
There
I
it
got
is.
you. When it comes to your truck, do you got your own DOT?
No, I'm leased to a company.
Oh, you're leased on to somebody. And you're still doing flatbed with them?
Right.
Gotcha. So dude, I was reading Landline magazine. I'm not gonna lie. The cover says error 404, human driver not found. What do you know about these autonomous trucks? What do you know about what's going on with these freaking robot trucks?
I've seen a couple of them. So I just don't think it ever really take off because why do you think there's drones? Why do you think
think
military has drones, but they don't fly nobody?
how come drones don't fly people, you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think about that all the time. I got a friend who's a pilot. He flies regional jets, and I'm curious why they haven't taken the human out of the airplane yet.
Mm-hmm. And I just think much on autonomous. Let me see here. There we are. Oh man, there we go.
You got it? Yeah.
Now I got shared over.
Beam it out there to your network. I told Benji to jump in here. I'm about to have Justin Martin jump in here, come chop it up with us. But I'll let you get that hooked up before I got another question for you.
So this person not love on personal. Well, we're in a group.
What's going on? I see on Facebook. It looks like Tammy's watching. What's happening, Doris?
I got her phone. I'm a woman. That's Ethel.
Is that a nickname? Is that the Redneck Trucker nickname?
No, that's why I call him a woman there.
Yeah, so that must be her nickname.
She's had the pleasure of being with this sectionist for over 20 years.
Oh, dude, you can't doubt that. Don't doubt yourself now.
Now she over here shaking her head.
Well, dude, Let's talk about that. I mean, you're still OTR, right? I mean, you're going over the road. How
Mhm.
long are you gone at a time?
I'm gone. I'm usually home on the weekends.
Okay, so you go out like during the week. You're able to swing back through on weekends.
Hmm. We're out of Birmingham. I don't live
Mhm.
too far from there.
So you say you primarily say like south of 40.
Anything that pays. I try to do nothing. I try not to do nothing drastic anymore.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Now, speaking of which, I mean, how's that looking on your end? You know, people are up in arms about rates. You know, they want to come back. They, there's a little uncertainty. How's freight looking on your end?
Uh, well, we got a lot of our own freight, so which helps. Now, what I'm curious to see what happens with this lawsuit with TQL.
Yeah, what do you know about that lawsuit with TQL?
Well, they're trying. This company's trying to sue them for because they try to put in the rate con, the waiver rights. Was it what's that code? 379.9 or whatever the crap it is,
Mm-hmm.
where we see the rates and all. And they shouldn't be able to do that because it was set up for a reason, and another reason for is that way we could see after because you can't they can't disclose that if we ask for it, it'd be after we deliver it. But that way, the next go around, if we happen to haul for them again at the same load or whatever, we could be more competitive, and we wouldn't be cut throating ourselves every time you turn around, and it getting lower and lower and lower.
So you want this lawsuit to go ahead?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So you're on support of it. Oh, we finally got somebody jumping in. You know, Benji was supposed to hop on here. I think you might know Benji, but I think you know this guy, dude. What's up?
What's up, guys? How's it going? Sorry, I've been getting over a cold the last couple of days, so not at
Yeah,
my
man.
best. But you asked me to hop on, and I was like, oh, I might as well do something today.
Dude, we're just chopping up, talking phrase. Steve, you know Justin, right?
How you doing, Steve?
Uh, I can't remember.
He was hanging out in the parking lot with us when we were watching the airplanes, hanging out with Taylor Barker.
Oh,
That was,
okay.
that's such a good memory. I will never. I'll always cherish that first year at Mass. That was such a good time.
Oh, is that your first year?
Yes, sir.
It can be something else.
Yeah, it was fun. I never had a reason to go, but I was working for Freightways at the time, and the website that they had hired me to help run, they shut it down the weekend before they sent me. They were like, just the money's already spent. Go have a good time. Try and get some interviews for a Dooner for What the Truck. And so I had no plan. I knew a couple people there, but basically just hanging out with everybody and shaking hands and uh, saying hi to everybody. It really everything worked out in the end.
Now, sick.
You
Now,
going next
Justin.
year?
Oh yeah,
Oh
we're
yeah,
going.
yeah.
Hold,
This will be my third time in a row
Uh,
now. I'm gonna do everything I can to go every year now. It's such a good time.
oh yeah, it's a non-negotiable.
we'll be at we'll be at
Oh yeah, I got
38606.
I got work there now too. So now I have to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Who you
Steve.
working with?
A couple clients. Kevin Rutherford asked me to help him. He wants to record and live stream his CMC class there this year. So we're gonna
Mhm.
do our best to do what we can to not turn it into a disaster, but should be a good time.
I was gonna say, Steve. You know Kevin Rutherford,
Try to
right?
live streams. Every time you get that many people in that collective place right there, internet kind of slow down.
Yeah, well the thing with Matt's is you can pay them for like your own dedicated internet connection, but it's like thousands of dollars. And so he wanted to live stream
See,
it and
I
and
got it.
record it, and then he's like, "Nah, we're
I,
gonna nix
I
the
got a
live
secret
stream."
to that.
What's that?
I got a secret to that.
Oh,
I'm
what's
bringing my own.
Yeah, he messaged me again the other day, and he was like, "Actually, no, the live stream's on. We got some kind of deal worked out, so I think it should be good." But
wait?
it's
So bringing
for
Starlink?
I don't think he's gonna do a Starlink. I think someone's gonna let him borrow theirs for a minute. But yeah, just the price was like it was $3,000 for like a 2 megabit connection, which is like nothing. You can't even live stream on that. And then for like the bare minimum 6 megabit connection to live stream on, it was like 5,000 plus. It's crazy, and it's not
I'm,
Matt's fault. It's the convention center itself. That's just what they
Mhm.
charge.
I'm bringing my own box.
There you go.
Wait, now
Yeah,
I
how
don't
if-
need to plug it in the wall.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, if you're outside, that's a great option. But we're going to be inside in the. In
No,
the
I'll be
building,
inside with my own box.
Oh, is this a Starlink or like a Jump Jack or what you got?
I got nomads.
No man. Okay. I'll
It
have to look
catches
that
them
one up.
way out in them rural areas. I live out in the sticks. I've been waiting on the internet for 10 years. Ever since I got that thing, I ain't had no problem.
It's awesome.
So there's just going to be 2 or 3 of us on my own box. And because somehow or another it locks it in, brings it in stronger and all stuff. So I'm going to bring it.
Chris?
Mine I can carry anywhere with me. Now with Starlink, also, my phone, I got accepted in their beta thing. So they're rolling it as between now and July. They're rolling the numbers in. It's entered for that, and so I'll be in that beta thing for that as well. That T-Mobile Starlink thing.
The X phone that Elon's been teasing about for years now.
Dude, speaking of which, you said those autonomous trucks weren't going to catch on. According to this Landline article, Elon's big player in that. Let me find where it said it in there. Elon's big player in this driverless truck whole deal.
Yeah, one of my most disappointing statements he ever made was a few months ago. I think it was like during an earnings call for Tesla. He dropped the driver shortage line, just like everybody else.
He don't know no better. He listens to the mainstream media.
Yeah, or just lobbyists. No,
There ain't
it's
no
funny
driver
how
shortage.
Elon has had more success conquering outer space than he has trucking, and I think
Yeah,
part of that
pretty much.
is because there's a lot more competition in trucking. You know, there's 3 space companies right now.
Yeah, and I think he's better off probably sticking with space. Yeah, he had said in here, he had said that he has a major stake in the future of driverless vehicles last year. So yeah, in 2024, he announced like Tesla plans on making the driverless Cybercab, which I don't know what that is, available for $30,000 before 2027. Which highly doubt that $30,000.
Yeah, that's his robo-taxi that he's working on right now.
Oh, and then I could just buy one for $30,000.
Yeah,
What new car is $30,000?
exactly. But I kind of do see, especially if you live in like an urban area, I kind of see that as the way things are going. You know, say 10, 15, 20 years from now, you won't own a car. You just have a subscription service, and when you need a car, you press a button, shows up, you get in, it takes you where you need to go. Owning a car, especially in a city, is more trouble than it's worth. Parking's expensive, registration's expensive. If you're parking on the street, you run the risk of getting hit all the time. Like, I lived in Philadelphia for 7 years, and so if that was an option to me, I probably would have taken it.
What's crazy is I don't think it like from the sound of it, it sounds like it would increase the amount of cars on the road, and so you'd still have horrible traffic.
Yeah. Think of it this way. I don't think the number of cars on the road will be the same, but the utilization of all the cars out there is going to go through the roof. Because think about this. Like, you get in your car, you drive to work, now you're in your office for 8 hours a day. That car is just sitting there taking up space. If you get in a car and it takes you where you need to go, and then you get dropped off, that car is gone to go pick up someone else.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was the driving force behind Uber. Like, that was their aha moment. Like, one of the founders was like looking around. He was in a taxi and he was looking around. And he's like, all of these cars are just sitting around doing nothing. There is just so much capacity out there. How do we utilize this capacity? And so that's what Uber's mission was from the get go.
So eternal rush hour. That's what
Maybe.
That's what it sounds,
Or it depends on how many people there are per car. You know, Uber X. It's your share. I don't know if they still do that anymore.
Yeah,
Where
right.
well, so like you order an Uber, and it comes, picks you up and drops you off. And then there was Uber X, where somebody on their route can come by and pick you up, and now it's like 2 routes joined together, and then it like splits up the trips. When we had that in Philadelphia, you could get anywhere in the city for like $5. It was amazing. And then I think COVID pretty much killed all that. 'Cause nobody.
Yeah.
First of all, getting into an Uber is sketchy enough as it is, but then getting into an Uber crowded with a bunch of other people during a pandemic was just not going to happen.
Different game. They got Uber by you, redneck trucker.
No, I ain't got no Uber right here.
How do you-
Where's home base for you?
Alabama.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hear it in the voice. I used to deliver to Anniston all the time back when I was hauling explosives, and there was one taxi service in that entire town. So we'd get in Friday night, drop the truck in the secure hold, and then we'd have to call this guy at like 2:00 in the morning, and he'd be like, "All right, I'm on my way," and 24/7 he'd pick you up no matter where you were within Anniston. But this was probably 6-7 years before Uber came along, and I'm sure that guy's pissed now because he's got all kinds of. He could charge whatever he wanted. He was the only game in town, and I'm sure there's probably quite a few Ubers running up and down Anniston right now.
Ain't no telling.
Dude, so I got to ask you, redneck trucker, I mean, you just talked about the TQL lawsuit. You're in support of it. What keeps you, with all this stuff going on in this industry, you're just talking about driverless trucks. What keeps you hanging around the trucking world? Well, how come you haven't?
I don't know nothing else to do. I'm trying to get out of it.
You're trying to get out of it.
Yeah, I'm tired.
So if you had gotten out, what would you do? I know you said you've been doing it 30 years. I mean, my grandfather, he drove over 30 years.
I'm retired, be a male gigolo.
Okay, I think that there's a market for that. You don't. What if we make instead of OF, you only truckers?
Hey, there we go. I'll take some pictures of my feet, Kaboo.
Yeah, seatbelt pictures. Like yeah,
Yeah, seatbelt pictures. That'd be a good one. Coming across my skin.
Do you Lombard? Do you get those like weird Twitter porn accounts that follow you on there?
Oh,
like the trucker ones.
It's fun. What I love about those, they don't necessarily follow me, but they'll like the tweets. And and what's his name? I should have sent the invite to Ed. He's probably driving. Ed Maps, or I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but Ed loves calling those people out. He loves screenshotting them and being like, why does it? And he likes to mention Elon Musk. Why do these people exist? Dude, don't they know it is? But yeah, it's funny how those bot accounts work, because they'll just my tweet will be up for 1 second and it'll get a like from one of those freaking risque bot accounts.
Oh, I was talking about like the trucker gimmick accounts, like truckersucker.com follows me.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he loves retweeting us. Yeah.
I know.
I wonder if they're going to be at Matt's. We should hit that guy up, see if he's going to be at Matt's.
Yeah. Give you a promo code.
Yes, actually, speaking of that account, Steve, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to share the live thing in.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know your screen had kind of froze up a little bit. You ever get the knock while you're out there?
Oh, you talking about that woman over there?
Yeah, you ever
last
get the
one I
knock?
got probably 15 years ago.
Really? Where at?
Wow.
I was in Slidell, Louisiana. I'll tell you what, I about 11 o'clock at night, and I sat there and I just got laid down, and I heard knocking on the door. Well, I looked, got the curtains, chip on the running board, right? Well, I'm over there, and I'm about half asleep. I cracked the window. You want some cookie? She done dropped down by this time. I said, you know what? How much? $60. I said, no matter how long it takes. Yeah. So I had my Bible laid in the passenger side seat, right? So I took my Bible, hung out the window. It's going to take me a long time to read this to you. Well, I took off and run.
How long had you been driving before you saw your first one?
I don't know.
So for me, it was years. Like I had heard drivers talking about, the lot lizards and all that, and not that I was like looking actively for them or anything, but it was a long time, like probably 3 years before I saw one.
Hey.
And then when I did see one, I saw them everywhere. It was like nonstop for like 6 months. I just constantly.
Hey. I met my woman at truck stop.
There you go.
Okay, go on. You can't just stop. Yeah, you can't just stop there. Go on.
She's driving. She wasn't one of them working there. Well, she was working, but it wasn't like that. She was
was
shaking
she-
her head.
What was she hauling?
She drive flatbed, but at that time she was driving a escort vehicle for oversized, and I pulled in over to what was it, Ohio? It was in Ohio. They still tore down now. It used to be a Seco over across from the Pilot. Used to be Pilot used to be a Speedway. Well, and so I pull in there, and he was just going to embarrass her. And like, hey, I think who was I driving for at the time? O'Malley. Hey, O'Malley, it don't belong. Won't you come park beside them? I said, where you at? So I went over there, and she just couldn't get enough of me. I couldn't get rid of her. I've been over 20 years ago.
That's a match made in heaven, honestly.
Oh, it's how long ago? What year were we in? That's 25 years ago.
20,
Wow.
25. So this is this
Uh-huh.
was in 2000. Yeah, barely anybody had cell phones yet. So what? So you met her. So how'd you keep in touch? Payphone?
I knew it. Did I have cell phone then?
Barely Motorola.
You sure? Yeah, barely. Probably a bag phone.
Yeah,
I
was
can't
gonna say
remember.
Bag phone, payphone.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you got your CD in the 90s. So what was it like when you
A payphone? A payphone, that's what I'm doing. Prepaid.
I
Remember
told you.
prepaid cards?
Dude, those prepaid cards, they came with minutes on them. You could buy those.
Mhm. Yep.
That used to be that back in the day. That used to be the hustle. Like
Yeah.
that was the G-Face hustle back in the day, was the cell phone cards with the minutes. If you're
Mhm.
able to distribute those, you can make good coin. I wonder where some of those people ended up.
Rich.
They're hustling.
Yeah.
They're hustling crypto coins now.
Now you two, both of you guys drove for Schneider. You did a stint at Schneider. Now, Steve, you said you lasted 6 months. What was it, Steve? What was it like working for? What years were you at Schneider? What year were you there? What was it like? How did you get your next load when you were empty? What'd you do?
Qualcomm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so there was
Qualcomm was out then. Had a little green screen. With a
Little
big
2 lines of
open board.
text. Yeah.
Yep.
Send the macros.
Uh-huh.
What years were you there?
90. See, I'm 50 now, minus 21. How many years ago was that? Minus whatever year we in now. Was it 97?
Okay, so you were there probably 6 years after my dad. My dad started at Schneider. He got a CDL at Schneider right after he got out of the Air Force. We moved to Indiana, and he did like 2 trips with them and then jumped right out of the truck. He's like, I'm not doing that again. And then both my parents started at Schneider in 2005, and they were there for about 8 months. They did one winter together. Their plan was they were gonna sell the house, live in the truck, you live out their sunset years behind the wheel of the semi, and then within like the first couple of months, my mom was like terrified of driving in the snow, terrified of mountains, and that cab, just gets smaller and smaller as time goes on. So that didn't last, but I got started at them in 2008 because I needed a job, and I asked my dad for advice, and he was like, "Why don't you give trucking a try?" So I was like, "All right," and so I was there 18 months.
Mm.
I did my time to pay off my trucking school there, and then moved back to Florida and got a different job.
I was
How long ago trucker school there?
I went to the one in Green Bay. It was
How
actually a
long?
pretty nice school. That was in October.
No. How long was the school?
Oh, 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same thing. My bad.
Now so it was 2 weeks just to get your CDL. and then they send you home for a couple of days to get some rest, and then you go back on the road with a training engineer for a couple of weeks, and then he's the person who determines whether or not you're eligible to go on
I
your
went
own.
back with a training person for about 2 days.
He's like, all right, you're good.
Pretty much.
That's awesome.
Old Cab
Nice.
over International.
Oh yeah, they had like 2 of those left in the fleet when I joined, and they were rough.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, you got to drive a cab. What kind of transmission did that have?
9-speed. Mechanical
Now-
Cummins.
Would you prefer to drive that over a plastic truck?
I like my W9. But I also like cab over. Wouldn't mind another one.
I don't know. I think cab overs need to make a comeback. Personally,
So I drove an Argosy for 2 years as a team driver, and never again. I can't stand cab overs.
I mean, I guess from a safety point of view, they like make sense. But I don't know, Steve. You think W9's like the best truck on the road?
I'm getting Echo.
You're getting an Echo.
No.
Hold on, man.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to fix
I
it.
mean, I can't lie. My buddy
Maybe
Kelly.
I had
he
too many
lives-
windows open.
Oh yeah, it could be the helicopter effect. My buddy Kelly has a W9, and when he got it, he let me drive it, and his is an 18 speed. I feel like driving an 18 speed is the most. I think it's the most real life. I think it's the first person shooter version of driving an 18 speed. Like I don't
There's-
think you have more control.
Yeah, there's so many things
I
going
like my
on that you have to
13.
like juggle.
So you think so? What's better, 13 speed or 18 speed? What's
18 too many for me.
too
How
many?
many
So what-
did you really split the low gears?
you end up really not needing to.
Unless you heavy haul. That's the only reason you need them.
Yeah, and I guess it's true. That's what he's doing. He's moving. He works for. I think he's leased onto a company out of Oklahoma, so he's doing a lot of oversized stuff. He's got some like triaxle RGNs that he moves because I see when he comes and parks at home. All right, so yeah, so you think just bull haulers and heavy haul need 18 speed? That's the consensus.
Yeah, mine was a 13 speed. So we went from the Argosy to the Freightliner Coronado. To me, that was like the greatest upgrade of all time. Like beautiful truck, way more space, tons of power. But yeah, most of the loads we hauled, because it was all military stuff, it was super light. You know, couple hundred pounds, if that. Maybe once every few months we would have like 40,000 pounds of bullets, and that was, you know, then you need to split your gears. But most of the time, we just never needed to split.
What year's your truck, Steve?
Mine's the 03.
03? How many?
Yeah, that's the 86-inch studio.
How many overhauls do you have?
One overhaul, and 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I put a crate engine in it.
Dang, how many miles?
I don't know how many miles it's been since then. 3 or 4 years, so probably 500-600,000.
Sweet. How many?
Well,
how
probably
many,
not that much. I don't run that much.
how many total miles on the truck?
Oh, 03, that's why I got 1.8 million.
Dang. Yeah, that thing's been to outer space. Yeah, tell Elon that your truck's already been to outer space. It's already been to Mars.
He follows me on Facebook.
Wait, Elon Musk follows you on Facebook?
I've talked to Elon before.
What? Okay, you didn't leave. You left that out of the conversation.
I've seen how much you'd say.
Yeah. When did you see Elon Musk?
See, I talked to him been a while back, probably how many months ago was that? I don't know, probably about 6 or 7 months ago. I had somebody follow me on Facebook. Well, I didn't believe it, but I don't know no fake profile with 18 million followers either. So I sent it to Van. He's got to look, and he said, I think it's real. I still skeptic. Next thing I know, this joker sent me a couple messages on Messenger, right? I said, if you real, you video check me, because you can't cheat that. Sure enough, a Joker did. You believe me now? About 60 seconds.
So you had a 60-second voice conversation on Facebook Messenger with Elon Musk.
I even screenshot it because nobody would believe me.
What'd you guys talk about?
I got it.
That's what you gotta do.
I'll show you a match. Huh? I froze.
what you
I didn't know
gotta
what
do,
to talk
yeah.
about. I said that. I asked you what first, because I prepare, because when it message starts, just in case, I said, when was the first Tesla and all this other stuff, right off the bat. He's popping off answers, this and that, and he's always on the move, got his people around him and everything else. Hey, I'll show you at mass. I got screenshots.
All right, yeah, we're gonna we gotta verify that story. If only we had the video now, we could pop it up on here.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to do some math here. You said you guys talked for like 60 seconds?
Yeah, it was like 45 seconds, something like that.
So he makes $554.64 million a day. So that's 24 hours. So let's divide that by 24. So that's 23 million. And there's 60 divided by 60. So that was a $385,000 conversation you guys had.
That was cool. And he was multitasking.
Yeah, that's how valuable his time's worth now.
I know. And like seeing him go on these podcasts for like hours and hours, I'm just like, there's 50 other fires this guy could be putting out right now. He's just, I guess he has enough faith in his people underneath him to take care of it while he shoots the shit, I guess.
I reckon.
I mean, to be at that level, you have to be good at delegating. I mean, he's got to.
Yeah.
Once again, I've said this before. He is, at the end of the day, he is a car salesman, and car salesmen are smart. But he's definitely got a lot of smart people. He's definitely got a lot of smart people around him. Clearly not in the media side of things because he quotes the driver shortage quote. But either way, what about you, Justin? What keeps you hanging around the trucking industry? Is the culture, the vibe?
I mean, like he was saying earlier, it's what I know. I've had multiple careers throughout my life and a lot of feathers in my cap, but this trucking is what I've done the most out of any period in my life, and so it's what I know. It's what I know the best. And even though I'm not driving at the moment, I still find ways to be useful to people, or at least try to be.
I mean, yeah, that's sort of tough. It's definitely the culture. It's a vibe. I mean, especially growing up with somebody like my grandfather. I'm a history guy, and what's crazy to me, my dad, he knows that the city of Waterbury sucks and that its best days are behind him, but he still loves it. And there's a part of me that also loves it too. And like when I read the old newsletters from Lombard, I have such a reverence for when I look at the city of Waterbury, what it must have looked like in the 20th century, and like what it must have been like to me. It's like I would give, when it comes to I would give anything for the drone footage. I mean, I think it's cool enough to have this picture. I mean, like you think pre-drone, pre-cell phones, pre-everything, like just that picture, like is the most valuable. Like that's what that. And I know that this is right in Middlebury, Connecticut. It's right off I-84. Which shout out I-84. And like when I look at that picture, like that's what it used to look like all the time. That was the vibe, and it's like, I don't know. It's almost like it's got to be. It's almost like it finds its way into your blood. And then once you get that taste, it's like it's kind of all you want to be around for all its nuances, and I think all the issues. I mean, there's nothing sexier than a W9. There's nothing cooler than the sound that the truck makes. I mean, just the idea.
I got 7 minutes straight with a W9.
How do you take that away? Like this is it with these driverless trucks. Like, what's going to happen? Like, because there's people, I mean, I have friends of mine, they send me trucking videos, like, because it shows up on their timeline, like videos of long nose Pete's and W9s, when all the highways just look like a bunch of, toilet bowl space cars. like what we're almost like losing part of our identity, like as a country. I feel like
I am hopeful. Like, say God forbid that does happen. Like the highways just become like a autonomous truck superhighway. They're really good at running straight lanes like that, but they are not great at the final mile delivery. And I think that's where we're going to see like a decent chance of a resurgence for like smaller to mid-sized towns. Are going to be like the return to the hub and spoke model. So you could be a young guy living in a town somewhere, and you don't need to drive thousands of miles away from home now. Everything comes to you, and so you're going to be the guy that goes to the hub, gets in the truck, and takes it to wherever it's got to go in town. At least that's my hope anyway.
that's what the guy I talked to a dude from Bot Auto, which pretty sure Bot is who split off from Too Simple. Correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody in the comments can correct me. Which, by the way, if you're watching live and you got something to say, freaking drop it. We're gonna be hanging out for about another 15 minutes. But the dude from Bot Auto was essentially, he lobbied it to me because, like I said, I didn't talk to the Aurora guys at Matt's, and I'm curious if the Aurora guys are going to be there again this year because they've been making rounds. They've been being a little bit more public. And by public, they've been very public within the trucking industry. But like the dude from Bot Auto was like, he was telling me that he's like, we're not taking jobs. He's like, especially right now, we're adding jobs. Technically, Bot Auto has hired 3 CDL holders for every 1 truck. And Bot apparently, like their level 4 autonomous, their entire whole model is the hub model. Like that's kind of how it's going to be. He says, he said that to me point blank. He's like, these things can't drive in Austin. He goes, these things can't drive in Philadelphia. They can't drive in Boston or New York. Like it would just be, he said maybe one day, but like even he seemed, unsure about it, but I don't know. I mean,
I would love to see if Plus ever makes a comeback again to like events, because they were at a Freightways event years ago, and I got to drive one of their trucks, and it was a fun little toy. They only operate level 2 autonomy here in the U.S., but they record everything that happens in the truck, and then that gets beamed overseas to China, where they do their level 4 and 5 autonomy testing out there, where they have a lot less regulation going on. So my fear with that is, yeah, sure, they'll like run things here and let the drivers train the models, and then they test the models overseas, and then once those are perfected, then they can bring the model back over here.
Where's Plus out of? I could have sworn
California.
Yeah, and it's funny when it comes to you don't run out to California, do you, Steve? You can't with your truck, right?
Last time I went in my truck to San Francisco, but it's been a few years ago.
Yeah, with all those companies seem to have the guy from Bot Auto said that all these companies are spiritually still in Silicon Valley. He referred to them as
imagine my truck, 280-inch wheelbase with 53-foot spread axle flatbed in the middle of Chinatown. It was fun.
What were you delivering?
San Francisco.
What were you doing in Chinatown?
Well, it looked like Chinatown to me.
Where were you taking that?
It's all over. Steel pipe, Sipco. Had a lay down yard right there. That's been, I don't know how many years ago. That's been quite a few. How long ago was that? Probably about 4 or 5 years. Maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. Let's see. Couldn't get out of 12th gear because speed limit 55. Everything. Yeah. It sucked. I used to run Portland pretty good bit.
Yeah, I never did San Francisco proper, but I've done loads to Oakland, and then the shipyard out there. One of the first loads I ever hauled when I was doing military freight, we were bringing rocket motors out to this ship, the SS Kitty Hawk, and it was like an old World War II ship that they had repurposed, and they would tug it out in the middle of the ocean, and launch missiles out of it. And then all the weapons manufacturers had platforms that were designed to shoot those missiles out of the sky. And so we were delivering to them some part that like was part of the rocket motor assembly. And when we arrived, the guy that was supposed to meet us there, he was inside the ship getting his hair cut, and he had no cell service. So we're like parked in the middle of the lot, taking up space, and we're like, we can't get a hold of this guy. And he finally showed up and let us in. But that was the closest I ever came to San Francisco.
You now what's the consensus? A lot of talk out there. I saw a couple videos on it. Who's been to Jubit's truck stop? Now what is it? Now,
I've been there.
I've heard
Or
it's
North Portland.
like apparently
place.
it's a staple. So I don't know. I saw a video. Somebody was saying it wasn't. Somebody saying they didn't like it. Well, you said it's the spot.
That's where I always went. Actually, me and old Ethel over here, we done 34-hour out there, didn't we? Yep. Couple times.
It's north of Portland.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the place that like drops the cement blocks in front of your truck if you don't pay for the parking?
I ain't have no problem.
I don't know if I don't know if they're doing that.
must be
Jubit's has been around for a while.
That must be some other
He's
place.
been around forever.
What's up, Nate? We're hanging out. Speaking of which, for anybody who's hanging out with us, this is the Truck Parking Clubhouse, where we're just going to be hanging out and vibing, and you guys can come all hang out, and we're just going to talk. We're just going to talk freaking freight and trucking, talking stuff, talking mats especially.
How about Gear Jammer? You ever been out there off of 82 in was it Washington Washington? I bought it. They had a T-shirt for sale there, and I was like, "That's the best truck stop T-shirt I've ever seen." I had that thing for years. I don't know what happened.
I ain't never been there. Been to Washington, but I ain't never been what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Let me see if they have a site I could buy a shirt from them. They don't even have a website.
I got my own shirts.
Are you going to be giving away those shirts and mats?
Well, you can buy one at Matt.
Perfect. Speaking of which,
There you go. True
what
entrepreneur.
is your favorite? What's your favorite truck stop out there, Steve?
Out west?
No, in general, anywhere. What's like your top
Anywhere?
spot?
Home.
All right, second. Okay, second best.
Great answer.
That's a great parking spot.
I don't know. I don't cart much truck stops, so I don't know.
All right. Well, if you had to pick one, what's one that sticks out?
I like
What's it-
Jeebit. Jeebit's pretty neat. There's another pretty neat. Hey, I know one you probably need to visit sometimes in Texas. It's a new thing, and I got their phone number through the main one that owns it and all that stuff. But it's called what is that? Truck Paradise, Gainesville, Texas.
Somebody just sent me a video of that. They've got freaking palm trees.
Mm-hmm.
They got like dog
They wash
park.
the truck right there in the parking lot and everything.
Yeah, the truck wash in the parking lot. They've got like,
Mhm.
I mean, everything. Yeah, there's like a dentist. There's a it's like insane. It looks like I mean, it's like
It used to be a strip mall, and they kind of converted it all. It's going to have its own little sections in it, drivers, this and that, and everything else.
yeah, it looks like Trucker's Paradise. That's going to be a road trip. I'm going to take a trip out there and get there. It's not that far. It's not terribly far.
I got
I
her
don't
phone number. I give it to you.
Yeah, send me. I was always a big fan of Klein's Corner. I'm not gonna lie. It's just kind of a weird place, but Klein's Corner in New Mexico is always I always kind of made that a spot.
Another that's got good vittles is Rolling T Truck Stop. I like going there to eat a lot. And they cheap and they good.
Mhm.
My wife, she gets tired of it.
Dude, what's up? What's up, Ken? We got Kenneth on here. He says the industry seems to be improving. Nephew just started with an outfit called TMC, fresh out of an independent trucking school. My sister and I split the cost. He's doing great, pretty decent money for entry level driver. Can't lie, TMC. TMC is like I'd say when it comes to like larger fleets, I mean, my friend Jenkins, he's a flatbedder. He did, TMC is like the Marine Corps of companies out there. They like have standards. Like they got to clean. They wash their trucks like super often. They still have chrome on their trucks too. I talked with when I would go run out of the Port of Baltimore. I bumped into because it's tough parking in Maryland, but you could park at there's a way station like maybe 30 miles from Baltimore that you can park at overnight. And I hung out with a couple of TMC guys, and they seem to have a good community there. So I don't know what it's like at regular TMC, but I know the heavy all guys at TMC, they love their job. I mean, they seem to have like a little community. They job, but they have like a standard. Like, yeah, you gotta get that truck washed. They seem like good people. I don't know. You have any experience with TMC?
I see the trucks on the road. They're pretty nice.
Yeah, I know.
It was always Maverick and TMC together. The kind of there, it's close and close. How many trucks they had, this and that.
Yeah, Maverick's got that nice color. Maverick's got Texas A&M colors.
Yeah, nice maroon. But that's always my advice whenever like some new driver or somebody who's been driving for a bit and they ask me like, "Oh, what do you think of this company?" My advice to them is always look at the truck. Is it clean? Are the drivers clean? Are they well kept? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. And if the driver looks like a slob and the truck's falling apart and there's rust and hasn't been washed in a year, walk away.
Oh, here we go. This is where it comes out. They don't have any more manuals. He doesn't have an automatic restriction, which is great. I personally, I will as much as I am like you can consider me younger, even though I'm 35. I don't think they should give out CDL with automatic restriction.
Yeah, because you're kneecapping yourself for your career, and like imagine that you go through CDL school. It's so much money now, and you're driving for 2, 3, 5 years, and you want to go somewhere to make some more money, and you can't. So you got to pay even more money out of pocket to find a small independent truck school somewhere that'll let you retake the CDL test with a manual.
Hey, my truck's got an anti-theft system in it.
Yeah, 13-speed transmission.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's what gets me in this Landline magazine. One of the biggest things they talk about is the national security threat of autonomous, as well as, I mean, what's it called? OOIDA. I mean, Louis Pugh and OOIDA, they're in DC right now talking about cargo theft. They were just on Fox Business. Like, if I'm a criminal, I'm betting all my money on autonomous trucks.
Yeah. Say what you will about criminal dirtbags, but at least, they can empathize if there's a person behind the wheel. So that's a risk if they have to decide whether it's worth it, if the value of that cargo is worth the cost of that driver's life. But if there's no one back there, we see what, these guys do with trains all the time. If that rail car is parked for more than an hour, those doors are popped open and all those TVs are taken out. And I see that happening everywhere with autonomous trucks. You pull in front of it, you slam on your brakes, that truck comes to a stop, that cargo is gone.
Yeah, I don't care how many cameras you have either. They're gonna it doesn't matter if you got cameras. Like what I could just wear a gorilla costume while I'm stealing out of the bed of your truck. You're not gonna know if it's me or if it's actually Bigfoot. So
we're seeing that right now with all the Tesla cars. People are taking keys and carving swastikas in the Teslas left and right. Every Tesla is loaded to the gills with cameras, and it's not stopping any of these guys.
Yeah, it's not going to do it in the first place. Yeah, I think we got a wild road ahead of us. But
as far as cameras go, they take a flashlight, shine the camera or one of them light pointers, and that'll blank it out.
Yep. Many ways of defeating these systems.
I mean, that's the thing. It's that LiDAR system that's on these robot trucks. I mean, what is stopping anybody? What's stopping somebody from just chucking a rock right at it? It's framed right on the cat. It's all on the front. It's over the front visor, like how it is. Like you can easily anybody can smash it, and then that truck's inoperable, and then you have to send somebody out to go fix and replace the entire system. I think it's super imperfect, but it's neither here nor there. But hey, guys, we're coming up on the hour. Where can Redneck Trucker? You're gonna be at Matt's. What booth are you gonna be at again?
Booth at 38606. Come look for us. We'll be out there at that Bow Snot. Get some of that Bow Snot. Then you can come out there and get some of that. I tell you what, seasoning and some of that sweet smoky barbecue sauce.
And I got some of that barbecue sauce downstairs right now. But yes, go follow the Redneck Trucker and all his shenanigans on Facebook. Justin, thanks for hopping on. Everybody else for tuning in live. Appreciate you, Tracy, Kenneth, for jumping on the live. Nate, for coming on here. We're gonna be doing this every so often. Like we want to hang out, talk trucking, vibe out, talk about the industry, the culture, and just what everybody's thinking and feeling, and just have a good place to hang out for people in the industry, and just to collect and have like a fun space to be themselves. Because I think that's something the industry needs. I mean, there's a lot that has kept you guys around, and yeah, we just need to keep that vibe and energy going. But you guys know where to find us, Truck Parking Club, everywhere. We'll see you guys at Matt's booth 37223. With that, as Hunter would say, we'll catch you another day, another way.